This is your daily market recap for Monday, March 4th, 2022. Let's do it. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, your local real estate agent in Central Park, Colorado. Another daily market recap, Monday, April 4th, 2022. Let's get into it. As always, starting off in the Discord room, if you have any questions about this video, about anything we're talking about, please stop by. Link is in the description below. Do not be shy. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. That is a fact. If you need help and you have questions and you want to learn, don't hesitate. On that note, let's get into Bitcoin. What did we say? A lot of indecision after breaking out. Not ideal. Usually you want volume and price action to blow the roof off a top like this, the volume at price zone. You want to blow that out. We're not getting it. What does that tell me? Well, you just got to wait for the signs. You got to be patient. You got to have stops, and you got to just got to be patient. I mean, a lot of people don't have that. You know, I mean, you had that in this action when you bottomed, you chopped, then you actually back tested, and then you went. Could we be doing something like, could we like pull some sort of back test to say, I don't know, 42,000, the old low, 42.62 from December? That's always possible. It's tough to know for sure, but I'm not seeing the push yet. So you have to run both scenarios in your mind. Like, what's the downside? I would guess probably around there, maybe lower, but at this point, you can't be too bearish or too bullish. And if Livermore said, be careful shorting a tired or slow market, because sometimes it will wake up, or buy even sometimes, like buying it, because it can wake up. And if it wakes up in your position wrong, shit can get painful. The tizzle. Man, what did we say? It's got to get over the 20-day. Not much to really say on the first day of this week. It's kind of the de facto first day of the quarter in my mind, because people aren't really doing a ton on Friday at times. No volume under the 20-day. Just let it sleep. Let it sleep, I guess, to take its time. It's a TLT. It's the bond market. Please don't get crazy with weekly options expecting it to move 5-7 points in a week. Could, but probably not. The dollar, wait, over the 20-day. Just chilling out. Keep in mind the volatility in the dollar is all we really watch for, but there will be volatility in the dollar coming up. We can bet on that. You have the Fed minutes on Wednesday afternoon. Do not be surprised when they are super hawkish, but again, they are a paper tiger. Who knows? I don't think they're really they're gonna say a lot, but will they actually execute it? Great question. VIX, we said it was due to pops to the 200-day and comes back towards the lows. Be on the lookout for turnaround Tuesday going into a Fed meeting. What I'm trying to preface this with is this could all be a washout for the bears, the bulls. Again, I mean, I am shorting some stuff, but I'm very, very aware that shorting is difficult, and also that I'm trying to get the best possible prices. If I don't get the best possible prices, I'm not chasing, because chasing gets expensive. What do we notice today on the new quarter? A lot of money rotating into big tech. How that holds, we shall see. Let's get into the SPY, because you know we sold the 466 calls. This bounce in my mind is, and again, I didn't even have a chance to look at my spreadsheet. I just came home and started videotaping this because I've been in a listing earlier. That action with the doji holding the 100-day, not surprised. One day doesn't make a trend, though. Worst case scenario, I think you can get up to 459 potentially, and then you might start to get nervous about maybe breaking out to a higher high. At this point, all you can really say is, hey, watch the action. It's very similar to Bitcoin. You know, don't chase, don't buy the highs. Watch the dips, how they react, and place your bets accordingly. Say you have a short on and you're wrong, you have to be willing to admit you're wrong, because guess what? It's also great too. If you need to, you can always get back in. Means you close out your trade, you watch what happens, and you get back in. This sounds so easy to say, but I know most of the people listening to this, or most of the traders in the world, they can't do that. They can't just go, I'm wrong, and I'll come back and wait and watch, have more information available to make a decision then. They just can't do it. QQQ got back up towards clearly my my short level. Wow, we closed at the high of the day. Again, I'm just pulling this up. All right, here we go. 100, 200 day, 20 days crossing. Oh, here we go. Here come all the, Golden Cross retards. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Golden Cross specially educated folks who just, every time they see the Golden Cross becomes a headline, they assume that everything happened perfectly. They never go back and review that Golden Crosses, whatever you want to call them, sometimes are precursors to the opposite move, actually, because it's like a news event that draws in the special kind of traders who just trade the news. If the news says it's bullish, they just jump in. They don't even think twice. What's going on here? I don't know. What did we say? We in the previous weeks? Oh gosh, sorry. Let me do that. In the top in 2008, you had a lower high. The top in 2000, you had a lower high. This has been an insanely big move. I think we will be congesting for the summer. However, could we make a new high? Woo! You know it. Fed Papa Powell starts pumping. Papa Powell starts pumping. This shit could go back to the highs. However, I would look at, I like to say that my short entry is Chrome because it is the 100, 200 day cross. I don't know that for sure. You see, I draw these boxes up here to give me other references. I could see 380. 380 happens, my Apple short will be closed out. I will be looking for re-entries later, or just let it run, see what happens. Again, anticipate typical weakness in front of earnings. But again, it's all probabilities. Don't sit here and say, well, I shorted the market, it has to go lower. That's how you get fucking cooked. The IWM, lagging as usual, showing great strength into a great market. Wrong. No, it's lagging. Keep in mind, as the Q's getting back to the high, IWM is nowhere near the 212 day and into this resistance zone. Problem. Oh man, I feel bad for gold bears and bulls, or just in general. I mean, I've traded this stuff for a long time, and let's go look at a weekly. The period, depending on what the market is doing, April and May can be pretty crappy, and even into June, like the end of the quarter, can be really crappy for metals. They typically don't continue on, and you see this even here, and even this up move, like it consolidated for months in 2020. Let's go into the time machine. April in 2019 was a pullback into May, into June. 2018 was the top before it dropped. 2017, chop and slop. 2016, choppy and sloppy before it went higher. 2015, just an actual, just continuation of down. 2014, pop and flop, chopness, slopness, whatever. 2013, March and April into June, fugly as fudge. 2012, April and May and June. Are you seeing the pattern here why I'm not really bullish? I mean, even in 2011, as it was rising, look what happened in May and June. You went sideways. I have these opinions because they're usually backed by evidence. I hope I wasted 30 seconds of your time to really make you aware of why, as much as I love metals long term, trust me, I am the biggest bull physical buyer of precious metals you know. But I also know that we are going into the seasonally shitty time, and I drew my prediction. It's choppy and sloppy. Trade the ranges, but do not get too excited. Like, let's talk. Here, I'm going to zoom forward and see where I'm going to put an arrow. This is my time frame for which I think, oh, thank you, we could start potentially moving and basing and actually moving forward. Like, so I could be wrong. You never know. World War III could break out and gold could go bonkers. If everything stays as is, my prediction is worst case scenario is choppy, sloppy bullshit, and you're not going to be happy about owning the metals. Silver. My guess is this lower channel, this lower area is going to hold it could get sloppy and choppy. Miners, again, take it from the guy who was calling for 29 to 40. Go watch the old videos. We are at 40. Why am I saying let it set, rest, take a siesta? We're coming into resistance. Not that, again, could it break out? Absolutely, but remember my call on Newmont. If you're following me on Twitter and on, we'll see it on the weekly. This ain't looking good, friends. Now, again, you're not powering through, but time could tell differently, but I don't see the seasonal effects. GDXJ, same thing, stuck up against resistance. I draw these circles here from the past, and I will spread them out, hoping I see them at some point in the future. Now, again, I have calculated my hedges. I've calculated my time. I do not believe the metals will move. I don't necessarily know for sure how low they will go, but I have moved on. I do that seasonally, and every year if I would have seasonally taken off metals in the second quarter, I'm a happier person because of it. AEM, hey, cool, up near the highs, looking better. Keep in mind, this one has lagged, in my opinion, as one of the better large miners. They took over Kirkland Lake. And here's the updated chart. I mean, I think we could get back in. I think this thing could hold up better than some of the other miners because it's not near the highs like some of them. AG. Here we go. I've said this thing needs to be over 1450 in this blue zone. It's stuck. It feels like the trend's going to break and it's going lower. That's all I have to say. Better hold. Better hold tight. PAAS. Pan American Silver, not PAAS on AG. Same thing. Back up against these resistance zones up here in the 30. No, it's like 29, 28. Going nowhere fast. I will end the metals rant with a please be cognizant of your surroundings. Know which types of the year money flow into particular sectors. Every year, Eric, Scott, K-Pod, Swing Jam, you guys know, like I buy metals in the fourth quarter, ride them out through the first quarter. And then after that, the smart play is to take the break. Let's see what happens. Could be a different year. No year. Nothing is predictable with 100% certainty. Letter X. We are at the 200 month. You were hitting resistance. What did we say on Friday? Outside reversal potential. Higher high, but close back in it. Today, again, volumes are not really doing much. I'd be on the lookout for a possible slam. It's been on an awesome run. VALE, hey, nice breakout. Nice little gap here. Check out the monthly. Said always in my mind, the upper channel bound was coming. Would it get there? And, again, all green months? No, there's going to be shit like this. When's that coming? I don't know. However, ride it. Hey, you ride the hand while it's hot. Just be aware. CCJ, same thing. Said watch out for the 30 area. Couldn't even get up to the channel high. Perfect double top. Here we are, pulling back. Lower lows, lower highs. Let me draw it for the folks who don't know what this pattern is. It potentially could be the M double top. Let's see what happens. I don't have, I can't say for sure, but let the formation play out. And if it is, old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, it could definitely get smoked. And if it does, we will be hands wide open looking for the low 20s. I mean, pray you get back to the primary trend at 21 if you were hedged and take profits like I have. Pray, because it will be a awesome gift. Let's get into CF and Mosaic. Again, these are names that have been on fire. Lower highs, long dojis, indecision up here. Someone's selling even though the volume isn't huge. It looks like mini. Again, here we go. Here is your left shoulder. Here's your head. Is this the right shoulder forming? And then, meow. Again, you love all these sound effects, but that's always, you have to be on the lookout. This is how you get good at trading. You're trying to predict the formations. You see repeating patterns. Again, what would Anna Coolin say here? She would say these are indecision candles. Someone is stopping the bull trend. Unfortunately, my selling could never do that, but someone with big dollars can. CF. Oh, snap. again, left shoulder, maybe a higher right shoulder. You watch the 20-day. If you're long CF, do not let it get below the 20-day for very long, because if it does, it will get slapped and snapped. AMD. Let's get into tech. My favorite joke tech. Short, working good. Sold calls, looking good. Got on a 20-day. We talked about taking profit down here a little bit on the range lows. Praying for a little pop to short. If you were unaware of why I don't like AMD long term, please review previous videos. Look at this formation, head and shoulders top. You're also seeing a monster move. Let's move on to Apple, because this is what I want to talk about. This is what I'm itchy and scratching. All right, if you've watched previous videos and you're part of the Discord room, what have I said a bazillion times? Apple can be a choppy top. I'd love for this to be a novice gap and fucking flop. But guess what? It doesn't always play out. Could it be like this little gap, you drop and then a little higher, then slap, another lower high or a higher retest of highs, then like choppy slop? I mean, again, here you go. Novice gap, then fail, and then even a back test. Apple has production problems. People aren't buying iPhones as much as they were. That's just what it is. How will the market price that in? That's why we're short. Again, please do not chase. I tell people, do not chase. Do not overanalyze the short-term charts all the time, because they're hard to predict. Watch the next big levels. They're very obvious at 180. We're almost there. We'll see what happens. If it makes a higher high, I mean, again, I got stopped out a little bit of, we talked about taking profits just on the first one, because again, we don't anticipate V's. We expect the M's. We expect the sloppy, choppy. So I had some stuff that got trail stopped out. Not worried. Let's see what happens. Again, I invite a higher high and fail, because when we get into XOP and drip, you will see what can potentially happen. But good luck with tech, though. Again, I think there's a little bit of upside, but long term, I still feel like you're fighting the big battle to own tech long term, because the valuations at some point will become value stocks. That's what happens. Momentum becomes value at some point. Always does. And value becomes momentum. It's just how the market always switches. If you don't understand that, then ask me. Stop on by. 100-day, holding up. Again, MicroStrategy follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin follows MicroStrategy? Question mark? No, not really. But that's what I'd be watching. Roblox. People were excited about the move today. Said it was a nice move, and I mean, I guess so. I mean, I haven't traded it, but look what I mean. 20-day, 52. 20-day, 50s. 20-day, 50-day. Hey, that's where you get excited. If you're bullish, you got to break the 50-day that's descending down. That's gonna be the key. Again, true little head and shoulders bottom potentially. I could get down with that. I can get down with that. Tesla. Oh boy, here comes 1200 again. Everyone's calling it. Pray if you were a bear for these ranges, because they become excellent reference points. You know, we thought this could be a short. I personally am not taking it. We're coming into the downtrend. 1200 is going to be a wall again, because there's 1, 2, 3 iterations of trap. It will pull back. There's zero doubt in my mind. It will pull back. How deep will be the determining factor of whether it goes higher or not. I don't believe in it, because again, Elon hasn't done his secondary. I'm pretty sure he's priming that extra shares coming up at some point, and he wants to sell more. I don't. He's a smart guy. Maybe he'll go buy more Twitter. He'll invest in other things. But I think the car manufacturing business, he will see that at some point it is a saturated, difficult market with margins that fluctuate and can become very low during times of commodity price spikes. Keep in mind, he's not making a ton of money making cars. He's going to find other ways to invest. I would wait for that kind of action. PENN Gaming. This is a national championship game. The March Madness that didn't happen in March, as we talked about. Oops, sorry. Oh, that is just a terrible, like, this is Bitcoin on, kind of action. Chop, 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 you don't know. It looks like good head and shoulders bottom, but you need to get confirmation, and the best confirmation is making higher highs and higher lows. UTHR, this one was interesting, because, I told y'all, like, hey, watch this range at 174. Oh, as soon as I left the computer, it turned into a hammer. People are looking at EXPI. Let me just pull that thing up. I know I got charts drawn on that sucker. Yeah, this thing is flatlining. It looks like dead money. I mean, that is not bullish. Now, could it be bottoming down here? Yeah, but you need to get back over the 99. It's one of those things where biotechs go in phases, you know? Like you get monster runs, then you get monster chop. Made a monster run, probably needs a monster chop. That's my little bonus there. EXPI. Oh, look at that. If you'd have bought it down by 20 again, nice little pop. 5% today, something like that. Yeah, I mean, just watch the. I hate to sound repetitive, but watch this level. I know it went below it. But keep an eye on it. You're coming in against a high volume high. There's buyers here. They loved the price at one point before. They probably took profit. They are looking to buy in this area. If you don't think I'm right, I can understand completely, but I am watching this area because I like to buy low and sell high. Let's end it on the most important trade that I'm taking, like starting to press pretty hard. XOP. Today's action. Talked about it. I did an oil video. I'm going to release it. I tried to do it before I left for my listing. Couldn't get it. This gap up, red candle. Again, red's not as important as the price action, but keep in mind, we talked about this in this video you're going to watch. This candle is ominous. This is not the bullish. You outside reversal gap, or not gap, you outside reverse out of range and come right back in. You know who has the capacity to sell the market and this stock down that low? Not me. It ain't me and my pebbles of nothingness compared to the big money. That's big money selling. If you can't identify that as clear selling, big volume, wide and loose. Big volume, wide and loose. Keep in mind, when you had the tweezer tops, you still came back lower. This thing looks like it's primed. Someone's selling it now. And where else do we always go? We always zoom out. The 100-month IPO price. It's gonna take a rest at some point. I think it will. Keep in mind, ExxonMobil, the monster of monsters in this. Look at this. It is stuck. ExxonMobil should be ready to break out. It should be ready to go. It's not. That's my take on oil services. You can play it through drip. I've recommended this morning. I picked some up at like the low upper 21s, pre-market at 22. I think you have very clear references. Watch this 22-21 range. Is the risk worth the reward? I think you can't not take this trade. The risk is juicy for the reward. Now, am I expecting like a move up to 100 or something crazy? No. I know how the CTF work. It's a triple levered piece of shit. Oh, I guess they got hammered doing triple, so they updated to double. I apologize. Double. What's the upside? You buy it at 21, 22. Worst case, 26. What if you get lucky and pop a 30s handle? What happens if it gets real stupid and gets up in the 40s? We've seen that. Oil can get extremely volatile at times. Keep in mind, the higher prices hold, the more that will come online in time. How fast can it, resolve itself? Depends. Feds don't want higher oil. We're going into an election year. That's why they're releasing stupid SPR 1 million barrels a day. It's going to do nothing, but I do think supply will be coming online. Hope this kind of stuff helps. If you have any questions, again, stop by the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you ever have any real estate questions, I got you on that too. Stop by the Discord room. Check out my information. Give me a text. Shoot me an email. Love to help you out with that kind of stuff. Because again, I think people don't realize your paper gains that you make in trading need to be rolled into real assets. You need to own physical metals. You need to own real estate. You need to own the stuff that's going to hold and preserve wealth no matter what the hell happens. Stocks, my friends, are not always long-term buys. If you study the past, you realize that markets change, stocks change, leadership changes. Don't be an idiot and hold on to something forever. Some 1% of them do great, 99% don't. Just keep that in mind. And they also cycle. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.